All right, all right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you are in this beautiful world. Welcome to Mindset Monday. I'm your host, Ryan Carthage. Hope everybody had a phenomenal weekend. And hope we're ready to get this week started off in a fun and exciting way. So, without further ado, let's turn off all distractions, grab a pen and paper for notes, and let's participate and engage. All right. So, we are going to, I realize that I kind of jumped ahead in my process a little bit, and we got to go back to a couple previous steps in this process that I'm taking us through regarding putting our dream to the test. Um, so last week I said we're on question number 7, but we skipped 5 and 6. So we're going to go back to question number 5 and dive into this idea or this thought and this question of pathways, right? Question of pathways. And the question is simply, do I have a strategy to reach my dream? Right? Do I have a strategy to reach my dream? So, in this, with this idea of do I have a strategy to reach my dream? There's no magic or no, there's no magic power in just having a dream, right? You can't just wait for it, but you have to work for it. You can't just wait for it, but you have to work for it, right? And this is where I believe most people fail. And it's thinking that the dream is enough to get them there, wherever there is. Just if they have the passion, if they have the love, it's who they are, it's ingrained in them. They believe that that's enough to get them there. But the fact of the matter is, you actually have a strategy. You have to have a process to get you where you desire to go. So we're going to look at some data real quick. And this is a study from 2005, but it's still relevant today. 26%, and the strategy or the study discussed the infrequency that people create a strategy to achieve their dreams. There's a 26% of people in this particular study focus on specific tangible targets that they want in their life. And 19% set goals aligned to their purpose, mission, and passion. Then another 15% write down their goals in specific and measurable detail. Right? And 12% maintain a clear goal for every specific major interest in their life. Right? Every specific life goal that they have, 12% maintain specific and clear goals. Another 12% identify daily, weekly, and long-term goals with deadlines. But here's the kicker. 7%, 7 out of 100 people take action daily toward the attainment of at least one of their goals. 7%. 7%. But we wonder why we don't achieve our goals. Right? Only 7% do something daily that will somehow have a positive impact on their dreams and desires. So let's examine, let's start by examining why having a strategy is crucial, right? But think about a person that wants to build a house. They have a clear vision of the type of house that they want to build, the color, the location, the design, and even the interior decor. But if they don't have a plan, the house will just remain a dream, right? They need the blueprint. They then need a budget. They need a timeline. They need a team to turn their dream into a reality. The same thing applies for our dreams. Without a plan, our dreams remain just that, a dream, right? So the first step in creating a strategy is to state all of your positions, right? We need to know where we are right now and where we want to go, right? It's critical to have a plan to understand what our dream will look like once we achieve it. We need to break down our dream into smaller, more tangible goals, right? By breaking it down into smaller, more tangible goals, we can create a roadmap for ourselves, which will help us to achieve that bigger picture, right? The second piece, and I'm going to break each of these down, but I'm going to go through them first, right? So the next piece is examining all of our actions, right? We need to assess what we're doing every day and how it aligns to our goals. Are we taking actions toward those goals every single day, right? Or are we merely just going through the motions, right? The third thing is consider all of our options. Right? Sometimes we get stuck in a rut, and we feel like there's only one way to achieve our goals, but that's not exactly true. There are always multiple paths to achieving the goals, right? So it's essentially open to new ideas and explore different avenues, right? The next piece is utilizing all of our resources. Utilizing all of our resources is super critical, right? We need to assess all the resources that we have at our disposal, right? Including our time, skills, network, and our finances, right? We need to utilize all resources to ensure that we are continuing to take these steps towards achieving our goals. The next piece is removing all essentials or all non-essentials, right? It's a critical step, right? We need to ensure that we are looking at what we're doing and what we're not doing, right? And then finally, it's embracing all of our challenges, right? Challenges are going to come. So let's dive into this and look at how we achieve our dreams, right? So this question, right? Do we have a strategy? Is similar to the reality question, in my opinion, right? In respect to importance. And I believe this is the top two when it comes to causes for why people don't achieve their dreams, the life that they desire, right? So let's talk about how we secure our desires, right? And what the things that I just walked you through, right, is breaking down the word secure, SECURE. So the first one is state, state all of your positions, right? So when we think about our dreams, it's like I said, it's easy to get caught up in the end result. We become fixated on the outcome and lose sight of the steps that we need to take to get there. Now, we do want to work with the end in mind, right? But in creating the strategy, we need to break down that bigger goal, that end goal, into smaller, more manageable goals, right? We need to create that roadmap that we talked about, which is going to help us to achieve that bigger goal. So what we need to do is we need to find out where we are right now. Where are we? Mark Twain once said, the secret to getting ahead is getting started. And the secret to getting started is breaking down the larger task down into smaller, more manageable tasks, and then starting with the first one. Right? So when we prepare to create this pathway to our desires, we have to start by stating our positions in the process. Right? What is my present position? Where am I right now? Where do I stand? Everybody that got to where they were going, got to where they are, had to begin by where they were, meaning where you are, where I am right now. Right? Where are you? The second piece of that is, what's your future position? Right? Where do you desire to go? And then in that, where do we desire to go? We want to really think about, and this is one of the pieces that we talk about when we talk about visualization and meditation and focus, right? What will my dream look like and feel like when I've achieved it? Right? Where am I now? Where do I desire to go? And what will it look like and feel like once I've achieved it? Okay. Then this is the piece. This next piece is where the dream gets complicated. Is what are the positions in between your start, where you are now, and where you desire to be? What are the positions in between? Most of us know where we are, right? We can figure that out relatively easily, relatively quickly. And most of us know where we want to go. But not many of us have sat down to look at what needs to happen for me to get from where I am today to where I desire to go. Right? So we have to take time to really think through the process, right? And the person that we need to become in order to get to where we desire to go. It takes work, but we have to think through that process so that we can start to develop the skills, meet the right people, be involved in the experiences necessary to develop and evolve into that person, right? So the next piece, the E, examine all of our actions. It's essential to assess where we are and what we're doing every day and how it aligns with our goals, right? It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day routine and lose sight of the end, right? So we have to make sure that our actions align with our goals, and we need to create a daily routine that supports that larger vision, right? And those steps in between. That routine should include daily actions that help us move forward, that progress that I talk about, right? So in order to do this, we have to look back and start examining all of our actions from the past and where we are right now, right? The difference between a dream and wishful thinking is what we do day to day, right? And then the other piece about it, man, is everybody's about to do something. Everybody's about to live, right? We keep waiting on things to change. We'll wait until there's more time, until I'm less tired, until I'll wait till I get the promotion. I'll wait till I settle down until, and we never get started, right? It seems that there has to be some major life event in our lives that has to happen that will then force us to start to live. If we want to be a person that achieves the lives that we desire, right? We can't be one of the people that continues to say, I'll wait until. How do I avoid this, Ryan? How do I avoid being that until? We have to stop standing in the past. We have to start walking into our future. We have to do something that will advance us toward our desires and our dreams. We have to ensure that each day we're making progress, learning, meeting someone new, getting a new experience. That 1% better every day. We got to make that progress, man. We have to take action now, and we got to take action every day. You have to be intentional about the things that we're doing to ensure that we're growing, we're evolving in the person that we need to become to achieve our dreams. The C, insecure. Consider all options. Right? Like I said, sometimes we get stuck in the rut and we feel like there's only one way to achieve those goals, right? But it's simply not true. Simply not true. All right? There's always multiple paths to achieve the goals. So it's essential to be open to new ideas and explore different avenues. Right? So we need to consider all of our options and assess which path best fits us based on the experience that we have in the moment, and be open to looking at a different path when we get stuck. Right? There's a quote that says, however beautiful the strategy, you should look at the results. You should consider all of your options. Right? An old Army general once said, a successful general creates plans to fit circumstances, but he does not try to create circumstances to fit a plan. Right? So once you figure out your plan to achieve your dream in the immediate steps that you need to take to get there, right? There's always that danger of getting stuck, feeling like you have to stick to just that one plan no matter what. But sometimes it's a bit wiser to look at other options, right? To look at all of our options. So when you get stuck, don't be quick to change the goal. Don't be quick to change the dream, but be open to looking at a different route, a different path, right? Revise the plan. So for me, it's always been my dream to help people, right? So initially when I graduated high school and went off to college, I was going to be a physical therapist, right? After I got over the hoop dreams, right? I was going to be a physical therapist. And that would be my way to helping people in that realm that kind of I felt most comfortable, honestly, right? So I'm going to be a physical therapist. I'll be able to be involved with sports, and I'll be able to help people move forward towards their dreams, right? Along the path, that plan changed. Went from being a physical therapist to I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to be a gym teacher, be able to impact kids, be in the school, be a part of those developmental stages, and help them move along their path and their journey to help guide them in the early parts of their lives. I quickly realized that the way that I think is different than most, and being a part of the public school system wouldn't allow me to have the impact that I desire to have. So then, all right, I'm going to be a sports coach, right? I'll be able to recruit kids that I can help in the space of sports, teach them the life skills necessary, also be a part of the educational process, right? Then it went to being a leader in corporate America, right? Be able to help people transform their lives at different stages, right? Being the first job or being further along in their career, help them understand that they can continue to do more, strive for bigger things, right? Then it went to being a mindset and personal development coach, trainer, mentor, professional trader, and an entrepreneur. Still helping people, but I'm also still Ryan, right? Through all of those stages, I've still been Ryan, but I've been able to evolve and change and find different routes to achieve the goals that I have for myself and my family, but also to have the impact on the scale that I desire to have that impact on, right? So you got to be open looking at multiple routes, multiple paths to achieve the goals that you have in the life that you desire. The U, insecure, is utilizing all of your resources. You got to use everything that you have, right? Look around, find out what resources are at your disposal, what people are around you, right? What things do you currently do that you can utilize to help you move toward your goal, right? Who can help you? Part of those people. What time do you have that you can shift to focus on that dream, that desire, that goal that you have to achieve, right? So we have to look at all of those resources, all of the resources. I'm going through a process right now, developing an organization, and it started out as a dream. Start out as a dream, right? A dream to impact the aviation space. All right, beautiful. Now we're pulling together the resource. Well, we've been pulling together the resources, the people, right? Then we said, all right, we're going to go down to Tennessee. We want to go to this conference to meet more people, to have an experience, to learn more about where we're moving into and how we can best position our dream, right? And what other things do we need to learn to ensure that this dream becomes a reality? And what other people can we pull into the idea that will help us to move forward? Right? Utilizing tax attorney that we have a relationship with that will help us to formulate the business plan and the tax strategies and the overall business development that will help us move that thing forward. That tax attorney also is a real estate developer. So she'll also be able to help us build the structures necessary. Her business partner owns a construction company. He's also going to be able to help us on the construction of the company. He has the electricians and all of those other resources, right? So utilizing all of the resources to ensure that we move our dream from just a dream to a reality, right? Then the R, removing all non-essentials. Don't just do things. Don't just do things that'll keep you from your dream, right? We're talking about the secret to your success is in your daily agenda. What you do every day, right? So what we do today will either help us move toward our dream or move us away from it. So what I'm saying is it's your daily actions that get you toward your dream, right? So it's not just what you do, but it's also what you don't do. There's going to be some things that we have to let go of so that we can ensure that we carve out the time and optimize the time that we have available to take those steps forward. And I'm not saying stop doing everything, right? Because we need downtime. We need that self time, right? We need time with family. We need to do fun things. But what I am saying is you do have to give up to go up. So we have to look at all the non-essentials in our lives. I have to give up that Netflix for a period of time, or how much Netflix we watch, right? We might have to give up those foods that aren't healthy for us. We got to look at what we can remove in order to take those steps towards our desires. You got to give up to go up. And then the E in secure. Embrace all of our challenges. King Solomon is considered the wisest man that ever lived. He wrote, "A wise man watches for problems ahead and prepares to meet them." A wise man watches for problems ahead and prepares to meet them. But a simpleton never looks and suffers the consequences. It's not about if we meet challenges. It's not about if we meet controversy on our path to whatever we define as success. But it's when we meet challenge and controversy on that road to success. Challenge will come. We can never escape it. It's going to come. They will come. It won't just be one, it'll be multiple. Challenges will come. So we got to prepare for them. We got to prepare for them. Because facing those challenges, facing those difficult moments, that's what's going to help us to become the person that we need to be, and the person that can handle the dreams and desires that we have for our lives. This whole thing about progress and getting on the path and having this dream, it's not even really about the end goal of the dream. It's about the person that you become in the process of achieving that dream. Because the person you become in the process is going to have the impact on the people along that journey. That's the real win. So we got to embrace the challenges that we come across. We got to embrace those difficult moments. And we got to look for the lessons in those difficult moments so that we can continue to grow, evolve, learn, change, and become that person that we need to become, that we were designed to become, that will ultimately achieve the desires that we have. So, secure your dream. Secure your dream. That's Mindset Monday, good people. Floor is open. Thoughts, comments, questions, feedback.
Hey, man, that's some powerful stuff.
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, man.
That's a lot there, man. That's a whole lot.
It
Go
is.
back. Got to go back and watch this a few times.
It is.
Great work.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Hey, good people. I'm not just talking. I'm talking to me too. I'm talking to me too. We all got work. We all got work we can do to become better. And if we really wanna achieve these dreams, these goals, these desires, we got to be willing to put in that work, man. It's about action. It's about action.
Hi, Ryan. This is Jeremy.
Jeremy, what's up, man?
Yeah, I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, you said a lot of stuff today, and I just want to thank you for that. But
Absolutely, man.
one thing that really stood out in connection to all that you said was the fact that we have to give up in order to go up. And so for me, thinking about that statement after today, I'll have to sit down and evaluate my day and look at those things that are really obstructing my movement going forward and get rid of them in order to move forward. Yeah, so that's what stood out for me.
My man, appreciate that, Jeremy. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Morning, everybody. Morning, Ryan. I think what stood out for me today was, the person that you're going to become. It's not about the end goal. It's about becoming that, who you're going to become in the goal. And I know, you just want to show up for your better version every day. And it's not easy, but that is definitely has been in the, a billionaire or millionaire becomes who they are because of the things they do every day. Those little things, reading, doing the mental. So it's about making sure that you have that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Joe, I see you unmuted, but I can't hear you. Muted twice, maybe. Gotcha. Gotcha. You can type it in or put it in the Discord too. Any other thoughts, comments, feedback?
Can you hear me now?
There she go.
Okay. I had a call. I had a FaceTime to come through. It must have muted it. I don't know how I do it.
I got
you. I don't know how much more I can give in my day. I ain't giving up Netflix. I give up the workout. I want to share that with everybody because I put that in chat. I'm gonna give up the exercise. I don't know about Netflix, but on real, I've learned that a lot of the clubbing and the partying I was doing on the weekend, I put that to the side. I said, if anybody was happy my husband is because I'm at home, he ain't got to worry about me. But now I'm scheduling naps. I'm not a person that take naps. I guess I lived the life of FOMO. Guess I was always scared I was going to miss out on something if I took a nap. Because if I take a nap, I'm going to be asleep for like the whole day. It's over with. So now I pencil in naps around the time for trading and responsibilities and especially cooking. The 7 o'clock, once I get off work, 7 o'clock is cook time. So it's hard and it's mentally frustrating, but I think it gets better. It gets better, especially when we follow our trading plans. Once I got the concept of being disciplined and follow my trading plan, that was one less worry for me to do. So it didn't take me a lot of much time to go through on the weekend, to go through my charts, re-listen to the videos y'all do, and then see whether or not, what trades I was going to take or not, so to speak. So I try to live, I'm trying to design my life for this big picture that I didn't put in smaller frames.
I love it.
Because at first I was overwhelmed because the big picture, I got a big picture. I got a, ooh, this house I want to build is beautiful in my mind. But
Yeah.
before I can get that house I want, I'm taking these small steps, and I'm starting to see the comfort in that, because at first it was overwhelming, but now it's getting comfortable. And after looking at that video, Benny Short, I'm gonna have to try to make sure I don't get overconfident in myself, and just try to live this balance life, try to do this thing they call balance once again. So thank you for the great word today.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So the balance. It's ever changing. So be aware of that. It's ever changing. And there probably will never be a point where you're like this. That's probably as close to level as I can get my hands. It's probably never going to be a point that you're that. It's this ever changing back and forth balancing act to get as close as you can to balanced. But as you're on this growth journey, there's always going to be imbalance, because you have to challenge yourself even more as you go into different experiences. And then that challenge is going to cause friction in other areas. So just keep that in mind, so that when that frustration comes because that balance isn't there, you understand why. And then you can work to get back to as close a level as possible as you continue, like you said, your trading plan and the discipline, right? And having that bigger picture, the trading plan now gives you a bit of comfort. And now you're going into another challenge. So that's that back and forth seesaw battle, right? And that'll continue to happen as you grow and evolve and continue to strive towards, take steps towards those goals and those desires that you have. Not knowing. Man, I can talk for hours on that one. The unknown is a scary yet beautiful thing. Appreciate you, Joy. Appreciate you, Donette. Appreciate you, Jeremy. Any other thoughts, comments, questions, feedback? Beneath Christina, I appreciate you as well. I know, Christine, you're at work.
I think sometimes too, you have to have an accountability partner.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna talk about people. We're gonna talk about people.
Yeah, to get you to really get to that point.
Yeah.
Because I know for me, like, I think, I got stuck, but I literally had to go over my trading plan, write it down, and then it's hard following your trading plan, man. And you have accountability partner just to stretch you, to make sure, you're holding yourself accountable, but because you have this other person that is looking, you have to do it, because that's where the stretching part is. It's like,
stretch. Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm going through. I'm like, man, did you follow everything you check off? Did you check off everything? And I know as much as I need to do it, it's just so tedious, and I can't wait until I can get through it, but it's tedious.
Yeah. And you got to also remember, it's that process of growth, right? Because you're literally remapping your brain, right? And our brains are designed to do what's easy and what's efficient. So it's going to continue to be this challenge of discipline until we focus on it long enough that it becomes habit. And then it'll become routine, right? And then you'll still have times where you fall off and you got to get back on. But you'll be more aware of it so you can catch it sooner, right? But it is. Change is difficult. Discipline is difficult. I was just having a conversation with my wife yesterday about my discipline, right? Things that I got to change to ensure that I am who I need to be, right? From an exercise and eating and and overall health perspective. Change is difficult, but the more we get comfortable with being uncomfortable, the more comfortable, even though it'll still be uncomfortable, those uncomfortable things are, if that makes sense. All right, good people. So let's secure our dreams, man. Let's secure our dreams. Let's make sure we're taking action this week. Today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Make sure we're doing at least one thing that moves us toward our desires. Make sure we're doing one thing that moves us towards our desires and our dreams. That's Mindset Monday, good people. Have an awesome Monday. We'll be back at it tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with my awesome partner, Mr. Benny Allen, for the pre-New York session. Then tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Asian session. You guys have a phenomenal Monday. We'll see you in the morning. Peace. You're welcome.
Bye. Thanks.